Hi everyone, I'm Lee from LA.Guitar, and today I thought we would take a look at a new pedal which I've bought recently, and it's the Strymon Sunset, which is a dual overdrive. Well, it's got a few tricks up its sleeve actually. It's more than just an overdrive, it's a boost as well. So I'll show you the way that I've been using it recently. I've been using it as both a boost and an overdrive. As you can see, it's got an A side and a B side. And it's got two overdrives and a boost on each side. So starting with the A side, you've got what's called a GE drive, which is, I think, stands for germanium. So I think it's a clon, or it's modelled on a clon. Just to say, this is a digital pedal, so this is Strymon's usual thing of using digital algorithms to mimic analog drives like they do with the Riverside and the Iridium. The A side has got a clon style drive called a GE drive. Then it's got a Texas, which I can only assume is a tube screamer used by Stevie Ray Vaughan, hence the Texas connection. And then lastly on the A side there is a treble booster. So there's your two drives and your boost. I'm running it into my Boss IR2 pedal, and that's set on the X Crunch channel, which is set to a fairly clean sound, which sounds like this. And set to the clon style germanium drive, it sounds like this. So if we just flick the toggle switch here, down one, you can put it in the Texas position, which again, like I say, very much is a tube screamer type sound and circuit, I should imagine. Again, clean sound for reference. And now the Sunset. And the final setting on this A side is a boost, and it's a treble booster. I'm not too familiar with treble boosters. I know Brian May loves them, but here we go. So let's move to the treble booster side now, and here we go. Well, it certainly does what it says on the tin, doesn't it? It makes it brighter, and gives it a boost as well. So if we just go back to the clon setting, drive just below halfway, treble tone up a bit, volume pushed quite far, this is what we get. I think that sounds really great. Okay, so if we move over to the B side of the Sunset now, again, you've got two drives and you've got a boost. So the first drive is a bit of a dual drive. It's kind of in the lower side, it's a soft clipping stage, and then you turn up the gain and it goes into a hard clipping stage. So let's just see what that sounds like. Again, here's my clean tone for reference. And here is the first drive stage in its soft clipping mode. And if we wind the drive up so it moves into the hard clipping area of this setting, so that's still quite polite for me. I like a bit more gain than that. Or maybe it's just a bit of top end that I prefer. So we could try and wind up the tone. Yeah, that's sounding a bit better. But there is also a hard clipping stage on the B side of this pedal, which I think is based on a rat pedal. So it's definitely a hard clipper. So if we move over to that stage, and with the gain just below half, this is what it sounds like. And then if we wind up the drive, we should be really starting to almost enter fuzz territory now, I should think. Yeah, that's just starting to lose a bit of definition and clarity for me. And finally, on the B side of this pedal is a JFET boost. So the Sunset has actually got an analog input. It's a JFET analog input, which is the first stage, which is the first thing that your guitar sees when you plug into this pedal. And the JFET boost on the B side is purely just the analog boost side of the pedal. So all you're hearing now from this JFET boost is the analog part of the Sunset. I really like this boost. I think it sounds really good, especially on this IR2 clean channel. So again, here's my clean tone for reference. And now with the JFET boost. It's quite hard to convey what a lot of these pedals sound like at this kind of volume, at studio volumes or practice volumes. But I've used this pedal live, and when you turn up loud through a big PA system, when you're playing as part of a live band, competing with a real drummer, the drive sections of this pedal really kind of shine through, and you can really hear the difference of when it's on and when it's off, or when you're on the various different settings. It really does shine well. Another setting that you can do on this pedal is that you can play around with the order of the A side and the B side. So you can have A and B as parallel, so on at the same time. You can have A into B or B into A. And that's all accessed by the switch on the back. There's also a presence switch on the back as well, depending on how bright or how dark your setup is that you're running it into. So I just thought I'd show you how I've been using it live. So I've been using it with the B side on the JFET boost, with everything at noon, and I've been running the A side on the GE drive, which is the germanium or the clon, and I've been running it with the drive down a bit, the level up a bit, and the tone just up a bit. And I've been running B into A, so it hits the JFET boost first, then it goes into the clon, then it goes on to the rest of my signal chain. So this is what it sounds like on the clean channel. Bring in the boost. But then also bring in the GE drive. And finally, I guess any demo from me wouldn't be complete without something high gain. Just putting my IR2 onto the X modded channel, which is my favourite high gain setting from this pedal, which sounds like this. So when I've been using the Sunset, I've only been using the GE drive with this particular sound. I think the JFET boost sound gets a little bit lost because I'm using too much gain, but the GE drive, the clon side of the pedal, really boosts those mid frequencies, really brings out a really nice cutting lead tone. And like I say, at gig volume, this really cuts through, and it really cuts through nicely. So there you go. That's the Strymon Sunset. A really versatile drive pedal. It's got two sides to it. You can interchange the two sides as to how you want to use the pedal, one into the other, swap them round, or you can use both in parallel. So I don't normally go for expensive pedals like the Strymon Sunset, because after all, Strymon pedals are quite expensive, especially in the UK. But I did think that it was pretty good value for money because it was offering the two sides of the pedal. So you could have a drive and a boost together. So I thought that was pretty good. Or you can have two boosts, or you can have two drives because of the way the pedal's set up. So I just thought that made good sense really, to not only to get something of high quality with a good reputation like Strymon, but you're basically getting two pedals, probably for the price of two, but it only takes up one space on your pedal board and takes up one power supply. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Maybe leave a comment. My name's Lee, and I'll see you next time.